Hello, welcome to our classes. I'm Dr. K.K. Misra. This video tutorial is on research aptitude. Now come to the questions. Question number 1. Which technique is generally followed when the population is finite? A. Area sampling technique. B. Purposive sampling technique. C. Systematic. Or D. None of the above. Correct option is C. Systematic. 2. Probability sampling implies A. Stratified random sampling. B. Systematic random sampling. C. Simple random sampling. Or D. All. The correct option is D. All. 3. According to Lindquist, how many types of experimental designs are possible? A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. The correct option is B. 6. 4. Who of the following has edited a survey of educational research? A. Kothari. B. Bush. C. Yashpal. D. Aryabhatta. Correct option is B. Bush. 5. The polluted facts can lead to the birth of A. Error-free research. B. Human sorrows. C. Good research. Or D. Polluted research. Correct option is D. 6. Photocopy of books is not considered appropriate as it is A. Violation of intellectual property right. B. Difficulty for reading. C. Act of plagiarism. Or D. Both B and C. The correct option is A. 7. Research problems selected on the standpoint of A. Researcher's interest. B. Financial support. C. Social relevance. Or D. Availability of relevant literature. Correct option is C. 8. Which one is called non-probability sampling? A. Cluster. B. Quota. C. Systematic. Or D. Stratified. Correct option is B. Quota. 9. Formulation of hypothesis may not be required in A. Survey method. B. Historical studies. C. Experimental. Or D. Normative. Correct option is B. Historical studies. 10. Fieldwork based research is classified as A. Empirical. B. Historical. C. Experimental. Or D. Biographical. Correct option is A. Empirical. 11. The research papers are written to A. Communicate the research. B. Become popular in the society. C. Gain a lot of money. Or D. None. Correct option is A. Communicate the research. 12. Which one of the following generally does not participate in conference? Correct option is B. Ignorant and dull persons. 13. In the assessment of personality, the normative and objective method refers to, correct option is C, prediction of behavior on the basis of data from personality tests. 14. Which is the best format to use if content and material gathered for certain number of students by different interviews have to be compared in a piece of research? A. Projective. B. Structured. C. Unstructured. Or D. Analytical. The correct option is B. Structured. 15. What best describes the Likert technique of attitude measurement? The correct option is B. Subjects indicate on 5-point scales the extent of their agreement with a set of attitude statements. 16. What can increase the power of a statistical test? A. Decreasing the size of the sample. B. Avoiding the use of the null hypothesis, designing for small error effects. D. Avoiding random sampling. Correct option is C. Designing for small error effects. 17. Which is not the effective way of controlling a nuisance variable in an experimental design? A. Excluding the variable as one of the factors in the experiment. B. Exercising statistical control. C. Random assignment of subjects. Correct option is C. Random assignments of subjects. 18. What are the types of descriptive research? A. Survey test. B. Questionnaire survey. C. Interview survey. Or D. All. The correct option is D. All. 19. Who has defined ex post facto research by saying that it is a systematic scientific exploration in which the scientist as researcher does not have direct control on the independent variable? A. Fred Carlinger, B. George J. Molly, C. John W. Best, C. W. S. Monroe. A correct option is A. Fred Carlinger. 20. What are the types of variables? A. Independent variables, B. Controlled variables, C. Both or D none. A correct option is C. Both. 21. What is the difference between laboratory experiment and field experiment? A. Difference of place, B. Difference of samples, C. Difference of variables, or D. All. A correct option is D. All. 22. Which experiments are more popular in educational psychology? A. Laboratory experiments, B. Field experiments, C. Field studies, or D. Historical researches. Correct option is A. Laboratory experiments. 23. In some developed countries like USA and the UK, many psychologists are engaged for diagnosing learning difficulties and trying to remedy them. These psychologists are popularly called A. School psychologists, B. Social psychologists, C. Experimental psychologists, D. Industrial psychologists. The correct option is A. School psychologists. 24. Which of the following sampling method is appropriate to study the prevalence of AIDS amongst male and female in India in 1976, 1986, 1996, and 2006? The correct option is B. Systematic sampling. 25. Which one of the following principles is not applicable to sampling? A. Sample units must be clearly defined. B. Sample units must be dependent on each other. C. Same units of samples should be used throughout the study. D. Sample units must be chosen in systematic and objective manner. So the correct option is 26. If 1st January 2007 is Monday, what was the day on 1st January 1995? Correct option is A. Sunday. 7. The research, 27. The research is always A. Verifying the old knowledge, B. Exploring new knowledge, C. Filling the gap between knowledge, or D. All. The correct option is D. All. 28. The research that applies the laws at the time of field study to draw more and more clear ideas about the problem is, correct option is C. Experimental research. 20. When a research problem is related to heterogeneous population, the most suitable sample method is, correct option is B. Stratified. 30. Today, private and public organizations also apply psychology to problems of management and employee training to supervision of personnel, to improving communication within the organization, to counseling employees and to elevating industrial strife. The applied psychologists who do this work are sometimes called personnel psychologists. Correct option is A. So this is all about this particular video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel R Classes and press the bell button and pass it to others those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.